Rouge.
What the hell's going on out here?
Now, here's Jimmy Ott and Charles Hannegriff.
Yeah, for some reason or another, you sound a little taller on radio.
Is it live? Is it live? Is it live?
From the original Walk-Ons, Burbank and Nicholson, welcome to the Thursday edition of Live at Lunch. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, Charles Hannegriff, Jimmy Ott, Max Gotro, Jordan Kinchin's back in the studio. I got a full show for you today. Professional sports handicapper Randy McKay, usually with us on Wednesday, had to adjust his schedule this week to Thursday, so he'll be with us here in about 15 minutes. Dwayne Kawuchcci from Las Vegas, Matt Humans from Las Vegas, giving you their thoughts on the upcoming weekend. And we're real excited that this Sunday, Football Sunday, for the first time will be headquartered down at Caesars in New Orleans. The Saints are playing the Niners at noon. We'll be on our normal time at 10 a.m. And Samir Mawad, the Senior VP and GM at Caesars New Orleans, is going to join us in the noon hour today to tell us a little bit about what they've got planned for the upcoming season. And if you haven't been down, the remodeling, the remaking of the casino down in New Orleans, it's absolutely fabulous, Jimmy. So we're looking forward to our trip down there.
Yep, excited. Samir, and been talking to him. Got so many common friends over the years, sort of a Catholic League thing. So, but he been a pretty, close to $500 million with a B renovation, including their, the biggest screen in the Gulf Coast. So, Caesar New Orleans, and so we'll be down there 10 a.m. to noon. You, me, Roe, all of our normal contributors, and now because we're in the Crescent City, we gotta bring that little red bean man. So hold the mayo.
We bring in Mayo?
Oh yeah,
all right.
Okay. Oh, he will be there. He will be there. So
man, I loved. I was watching him last week. You know, of all the funny things that Devin does, one of the funniest things is he's got a. You can tell when he gets particularly frustrated with a wager. He's got a do not bet list.
Yes.
And so I sent him a text last week during the game because we had bought in on the Dolphins, and I said the Dolphins are making my Mayo no more wagers in 2025 list. And he goes, "I beat you to it, man." So
well, you can get value on them. It tests you. I mean,
it will take
bias. What you saw last usually corrects itself in the NFL. So
you said that all season with the Titans
I
last
sure
year.
did. I said, and Randy McKay did too.
Yeah.
So.
And maybe the Dolphins will get better. It's kind of half in jest, but it's funny to see him when he gets frustrated.
He's recency bias on steroids. So
yeah, and the Saints' chances of winning this game have increased dramatically since last week at this time. George Kittle is out. And Lord knows over the years, Kittle has been, in the games against the Saints, he's been a particular thorn in the side. So he's not in, and now we find out that Brock Purdy will probably not play in this game.
Oh, he's
either.
not playing.
So
he's got that at the end of toe, so 2 to 5 weeks, Charlie.
Yeah, and with the shoulder and the toe is the bigger deal. So you're going to get Mac Jones for San Francisco.
Who has the quarterback edge? Max? Charlie? I seen
Mac Jones by an eyelash, but it's pretty close. Okay. I mean, he's got a little bit more experience, obviously, but Mac Jones has never been anything special in the NFL. I know he was a first-round pick, but he never performed up to that. He's a classic backup quarterback in the league. Kind of a run-of-the-mill, middle-of-the-road backup guy.
What's Rattler?
He is a starter on a bad team right now, but when his career is done, I think he will settle in as a probably middle-of-the-road backup. I think he'll spend more of his years as a backup in the NFL than as a starter. He's starting out of necessity because the Saints just don't have anybody else that is ready to play right now, and they chose not to make a move in the offseason, which I was fine with. But when Spencer Rattler hangs up his cleats, I think he'll have spent more time in the NFL as a backup than as a starter.
Spencer Rattler, 7 starts, 0-7. Mac Jones, 49 starts.
And most of those on bad teams, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
Max, who has the quarterback?
I would take Rattler because Rattler's been playing more recently, and Mac Jones is not. So there's that rust factor. And look, 0-7 record. He's got to win a game at some point. But last year was not a fair trial for him. I mean, this was the first real go we saw of Rattler with bodies on the field, right? With all the injuries they had last year, this is the first real test, and I wouldn't say he passed it with flying colors, but he was fine. He was just fine in the opener.
He avoided big mistakes.
27th on QBR.
I would like
Out
to
of
look at
32.
some of the quarterbacks ahead of him. I thought he had a better day than 27th. Just watching
There were
football.
there are two quarterbacks that threw the ball away on 4th down.
The third down was a great pass. I mean, we're talking about this differently if Juwan Johnson makes a very difficult catch.
They threw the ball away on 4th down. He and Bryce Young. Bryce Young's was on 4th down at the 5. They had a lot more time, but this was closer to the end. Bryce Young's got more starts, 29 starts compared to Rattler. But no, you can't throw the ball away on 4th down. Sorry.
That's a bad play. That's a bad
Sorry.
play. He avoided the big turnovers. So, okay.
This is what you get. This is what we thought.
Yeah,
Okay.
it could have been worse.
We thought he was the worst starter in the league.
Hey,
He played better than 5 of them.
on paper going in, he was the worst starter in the league.
And
in
then
week
the
one.
5 they behind, I have no problem saying that Rattler played better than those guys.
Yeah.
Tua, Russell Wilson, Nix. I forget the other 2.
Russell Wilson's at the end of his NFL time as a starter, okay? Maybe out of his time in the NFL, in the league, sooner than we thought. I think he'll be replaced probably as soon as the Giants bring Andrew Thomas back, the left tackle, so they make sure Jackson Dart doesn't get absolutely annihilated, but that's coming sooner than later, I think. He's done. Bo Nix had a bad game. I thought Bo Nix made a lot of progress last year. He had a bad game Sunday. Tua, man, I asked you Monday, or Tuesday, you and Andy, if the Dolphins have the opportunity in the top 10 to pick a quarterback next year, would they?
I would.
And I think the jury's still out in Miami for the rest of this year, but if they go 5-12 or something like that, I think they would make a move
They could
on a
easily
quarterback.
bounce back this year. This week, rather. I'm sorry.
Against
Rattler
New England, yeah.
Rattler was 27th in passer rating. He was 24th in QBR.
Okay.
Which is
Who besides those 5 in the passer rating you thought he had a better day? He was not good, Max. He was not average. He was below average. Now, expectation, kind of what you expected.
I didn't think Drake May had a very good game.
He didn't. He didn't. What are our expectations of Spencer Rattler? To hold the rope on a bad team until they can draft a quarterback next year, right?
Oh, I hope they lose every game.
Yeah, I said hold the rope.
No, I don't
play.
I don't want to be competitive.
To play. I would like them to be competitive and lose. I would like them to develop some other young players. I would like to see.
I thought you wanted the young quarterback to have a decent year but still lose. He's on the bench.
I do. That was my ultimate hope, was that the young quarterback would come in, take the job, and play well, and they would lose. Well, he didn't win the job, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you I hope that think that Spencer Rattler is the future
What's
of
the
the
over
franchise.
under when he gets in? I mean, you can't roll with Rattler the whole season.
I would say probably sometime in the middle of October, beginning the middle of October.
So you don't have nobody's got long-term plans for Rattler.
No, I don't.
Kellen Moore's not trying. I mean, he's not trying to tank. The GM's not trying to tank. They're trying to win, and they believe that Spencer Rattler gives them the best chance of winning right now. And he's a guy that he's not going to finish the season. How many starting quarterbacks that aren't going to finish the season? New York?
Russell Wilson definitely isn't. And
Giving up on him already, huh?
Right.
Yeah, one game.
Well, they drafted a quarterback in the first round, and they brought Russell Wilson in to keep the seat warm until he's ready to go. And they're not going to put him in there with a substandard offensive line. So that's one. I can't guarantee you anybody else is not going to make the
Rattler
season.
finished better. If you wanted to look for on the positive side, was he not playing at a higher level at the end of the game than the beginning?
He's gotten better than when his first start. I mean, through 7 NFL
I'm talking about
starts.
over the course of the game.
Okay, yeah, he played okay. It was nothing special.
Okay to his expectations,
Yeah.
not okay to the average of an NFL starting quarterback.
Yes,
Okay.
the Saints are not good. But they've got a chance to win this game because the 49'ers come in here a little bit hobbled, and it's not like they went in and blew the doors off against Seattle last week. They won the game. Backup tight end makes a hell of a catch, and they end up winning the game. The Saints could steal this one. They have a chance to steal this one.
Oh, we said that before the injuries.
And so now that's what I said. The chances are increased that they can steal this one.
Yeah,
about a field goal, a little over field goal underdog.
Live over at the so come on by and see us. You going to the Saints game on Sunday? Come see us before. I mean, it's kind of a busy weekend. I talked to the hotels, some of my friends over at the Windsor Court, and man, they said Tulane's even drawing a good crowd. Florida fans staying on the way, for the night game in New Orleans, and more for the college games staying in New Orleans than for the pro game.
And don't you think that the Tulane and Duke is going to be sold out? That stadium will be full?
I don't know. I mean,
I would think the stadium would be full for that.
I don't know. I can't keep track if they're selling out or not. I mean, it's going to be one of their more appealing games, of course. Yeah.
Quarterback coming back. I'm expecting it to be full.
Mensa coming back, so the Mensa's return back there. Mr. Yeoman himself celebrating his 80th birthday this weekend down there. So
hey,
here at Walk-Ons. So if you're coming up over here at Walk-Ons, and they got the band set up. U.S. Is the band that we're playing. We got post-game concert. U.S. Now, before the game, we got a Captain Morgan ship and the DJ in the parking lot. So DJ, Captain Morgan stuff before the game, and then the band U.S. playing after the game. So it's a party over here at Walk-Ons within walking distance of Tiger Stadium. It's always tough to try and time exactly when you're going to show up on campus. So it's a great place to get some good food, great service. Every game is on TV. There's not a spot in this on the patio, outside, inside, where you can't see multiple games for the college football Saturday. So before, during, and after the game, it's the big tradition here of Walk-Ons, the original, just on Burbank, just off of Nicholson.
Live at the original Walk-Ons, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
This is Charles Hanniger for Total Maintenance. For AC and heating, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Total Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies. Since 1980, their slogan has been service today, every day, so no one ever has to go to sleep hot. They're an authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, for Generac and Cummins generators as well. And now, for all of your electrical and plumbing needs, in Baton Rouge, call 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day. Total Maintenance.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference, all in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net.
Go Automotive has a great selection of new cars. Chevy, GMC, Hummer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. You rather a pre-owned vehicle? Using our resources will help find you any vehicle that you're looking for. Our service department offers VIP service. You never have to come to the dealership. We'll pick up the vehicle at your home or office, drop off a loaner, service the vehicle, and return it when it's done. Mention my name, Jimmy Ott, for VIP pricing. The Chevy Tahoe I drive came from Go Automotive. That's Go Automotive in LaPlace and Plaquemine. The Grand Bayou Casino, conveniently located off I-10 at exit 139 in Gross-Ted, offers the latest video poker machines 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Got a great staff at the Grand Bayou Casino. Our inviting staff will greet you with complimentary coffee and sodas as you enjoy listening to the curated tunes in our comfortable seating. Make the trip to Grand Bayou Casino, where players are welcome. The Grand Bayou Casino, I-10 at the Gross-Ted exit. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-877-770-STOP. The Grand Bayou Casino.
Congratulations are in order for one of my favorite places to eat, Snow's Seafood and Steaks, celebrating its 50th anniversary. That's right, since 1971, Snow's has been serving a wide assortment of menu items to please everyone. Steaks, seafood, gumbo, homemade soup, salad, specialty cocktails, great wine selection, and oh yes, the best white chocolate bread pudding that you'll find anywhere. It's the total dining experience. Happy 50th anniversary to my friends at Snow's Seafood and Steak, Airline Highway at Highway 74 in Gonzales.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net.
ALS is a progressive and neurodegenerative disease, and we need your help to find a cure. The mission of the ALS Association, Louisiana Mississippi chapter, is to discover treatments and a cure for ALS, and to serve, advocate for, and empower people affected by ALS to live their lives to the fullest. Whether you are newly diagnosed, a military veteran, a caregiver, or someone looking to learn more about how to navigate living with ALS, they can help. Visit als.org to learn more. That's als.org.
Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference. All in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. Click through the static and listen to 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge in high definition. Simply tune to 98.1 and select HD2. Uh-oh, they let the big dog out.
Boom! Out of nowhere.
It's time for the big dog, Randy McKay, with his best picks.
Big dog, we appreciate you shuffling your schedule to come on Thursday. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. I had to run up to Vegas there and did a couple things, and was at the Jim Feist show at Don DeMarco. So going to be on with him in a few weeks. So that'll be a fun experience.
Let me ask you. A lot of blown leads. I've always said you can't. You could any bad beat you could have hedged out of. Were you active on the live betting with the Baltimore game, the Bears game, or some of these others that slipped away at the end? There seemed to be a lot of these 50-50 covers that the team was in position to win that didn't hold on.
Yeah, I was active after, we had the under there in that first game there with KC and the Chargers there, and then when the dumb kid went out of bounds, kind of changed the whole total there, gave the Chiefs the extra time there. So at halftime, I played back some, thinking that game might go haywire on us, and of course it did, and won't lose by a half point. They're pretty frustrating. I guess I was king of the bad beat last week, and that was one. And then, of course, the Baltimore game I didn't, probably should have. I just thought they would run the ball well enough to keep the lead, and fortunately things went haywire, and that game got ugly there at the end. But I didn't play back on that one, but I did on the Chiefs game just because the kid made a mistake, and he was chewed out by Harbaugh pretty well, so I knew that was a mistake. I knew that game could go sideways there with the Chiefs getting that extra 3 right before half.
What does that say about Harbaugh? And Harbaugh is he was kind of on the cutting edge. He's a veteran coach. A lot of the coaches weren't around when Harbaugh was coaching. Okay, so his tenured longer, but he was kind of going for 2 at sort of these, earlier than most coaches at his time. What does that say about 4th and 2, especially when you got that club in your bag? We don't want to run Lamar Jackson read option every time. He's going to get beat up. He's doing a really good job of avoiding a lot of hits, but still doing it. But to have that and not use that, tell me what you were thinking when he punted the ball there.
Yeah, I didn't understand him punting the ball there. There was, there's very slim chance, he's kind of got to play the room there that Allen was going to at least take his team down to score a field goal there. And of course, if he doesn't make it, the Bills probably take the lead and you still get a chance back. So, very, he usually makes the right mistakes, or the right moves, not the mistakes, but he definitely made a mistake in this one. I don't know if it was maybe the first game or caught up in the moment or something, but yeah, that was really weird to me.
Yeah, it was strange. I mean, don't you want to decide the game with your offense and your defense in a 41-40 game?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, before that, they were averaging like, something like every possession they were getting like 9 yards or whatever.
Yeah, it was like 10 yards of play for the game. I mean, jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, damn. I would say it was an offensive game. It wasn't. Oh my goodness! All right, I've got some other questions, but let's get to your picks first, and then we'll follow up because you may answer some of these questions over the course of your picks. Overreaction. We'll talk about that, but give us your top 3 plays. Who we looking at? Explain why, Randy. The first one.
Yeah, week 2 is overreaction week for sure, and you see some lines move from the openers from week 1 to look aheads to this week. So. The first one here is right away here on Thursday night. I'm going to take the Washington Commander team. The line's down to 3, but I did get a 3.5, and maybe there is some shots that still offer the 3.5 there. So definitely get that extra hook in this game. I like this Washington team a little bit more of improving defense this year, even though they're a little older. Green Bay was impressive in this win. Last week against the Lions, but they might have 2 starting offensive linemen out this Zach Tom and maybe one other guy here, Banks. So they could be in bad shape up front here. So that could hurt them going against this explosive Washington team. Of course, we're all familiar with Daniels. He doesn't look like a candidate for second-year Blues there as well. So definitely like the Washington Commanders here, getting 3.5.
All right, so Washington tonight plus the 3.5. What about on Sunday's card? Who's our next pick and why?
Here's a team that's totally outplayed. Should have watched the game outright, but now the line has sunk down enough where I think they're a play against this Jacksonville team that did have an impressive win, but against Carolina, what do we really know about this team? So the Cincinnati Bengal Club, we're going to take them down to 3. Feel like this is buying low. This line was 4.5, 5 last week on the look ahead. So, getting this down to this key number looks like a good play here as well. Is this Jackson team that good? I don't know yet. I think this line is short. This Jacksonville defense ain't going to be as strong as Cleveland's defense. We know that. Cleveland could have won that game. Of course, I call Cleveland themselves out of the victory again. So, Cincinnati did get a better start than last year. They won that game. You get a bank a win once in a while, and that was an ugly win where they were, they're all gained almost 2-1. So, I like the firepower of the Bengals here and getting the cover.
Charlie, what do we make of the Bengals? I mean, obviously they are tickled pink. They've been on the other side of these where they should have won and they found a way to lose early. But they should have lost the game. Period. And the short field goal that late in the game too. Burrow continued to struggle no matter how much he plays in the preseason. He played more than anybody would expect a franchise quarterback to play in the preseason. But they found a way to win. And if you look at some of the grades, Hendrickson and the kid from A&M, they were graded out pretty good. So maybe that offense will come around, I think. Maybe a little bit, maybe just get to average, mediocre defensively.
It's the worst win for the Bengals offensively, okay? It's the poorest they've played in a win since Burrow's been there. And they leaned heavily on Chase Brown. He didn't have a lot of room to run. If I had given you the offensive stats before the game, you would have said, I think, I certainly would have said, that the Bengals' chances to win are 0. Joe Burrow is going to throw for this. Chase is going to catch this. I'd have said they have no chance to win. So those defensive numbers have to be encouraging, even against Cleveland. I get it. And I know Judy had a big drop, but, man, and the kicker misses 2 very easy, kicks to make. But if you win that one, if you steal that one, I think you feel pretty good. And maybe the defense is just a little bit better. Maybe.
I'm with you, Randy. I think it's way more positive than negative. Because, we've seen them go up and down the field, but you got to have some sort of defense to win significant games. And I I saw some signs on Sunday. Randy, a third pick for this Sunday or Monday?
Well, back to the ugly dog here. Back on the Cleveland Browns. Same spot as last year where they beat the Baltimore Ravens. I was able to get 13. This line's like 11.5, 12. I still recommend any of those numbers. I think this game's going to be tighter than anybody thinks. And piggybacking off last game, Jacksonville ain't going to have that kind of defensive line that Cleveland has. It could cause that kind of havoc that this Cleveland team will cause probably in this game against Jackson and Henry. They probably won't have them running lanes like they had against Buffalo. So I see this being one of those low-scoring slobber knocker type games as well. This Cleveland team could, even if you're in Survivor, a lot of people think this is going to be the easy square. I don't see it this week. I think this Cleveland team's going to hang in there, and this going back to last year, this Baltimore team lost in the same spot against Oakland, and they lost the first game. They lost the first game just barely against Kansas City, and when they came back, everybody took them against Las Vegas Raiders, and then Cleveland beat them, Oakland beat them in the same spot, and then Cleveland beat them last year kind of in a goofy game like this too. And I think that game plays out as long as Cleveland keeps starting Flacco. I'm going to keep looking at him as a dog, so the big dog's going to be on the Cleveland Browns.
There you go, big dog on the Browns.
An emotional game here, Randy, by the way. Not only is it Joe Flacco's first time back as an opponent in Baltimore, but Baltimore honoring their 30th year in Baltimore as the Ravens. The Browns are not happy about that. Obviously the Browns, lost the team when Baltimore took the Ravens in, so they're honoring it. The first home game, granted, but against Cleveland,
kicking
it's
a
kind
little
of
dirt in the face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Charlie.
Sounds like we got karma on our side.
Yeah. And remember that game against the Raiders last year? They took a double-digit lead to the fourth quarter and lost, which was shocking at the time.
You remember that one, huh?
Very well. Very well.
What week was it for Survivor?
2. Same week as this week.
All right, and Randy, give us an evaluation of Bo Nix. Was that just a hiccup, or are you concerned about the play from the Denver quarterback?
Yeah, I think it was just a hiccup. This Tennessee team has a way better defense than people think. Unfortunately, we don't have the best coach in the world. He's still my lowest rated coach, even though maybe Miami's coach is getting closer to him. But
you want to rank him last, you better hurry.
We'll talk about the three pants some other time when he gets fired, probably. But this Tennessee team has a way better defense and a scary team to go against. But just what keeps me away from him is that coach. He just hasn't proven to me that he knows what he's doing. So not just that. I think Bo Nix will be okay. We'll see against this Colts team, which he should have some success against.
Randy, follow Randy on Twitter at RR39. Good luck, big dog, and we'll get your updates as part of Football Sunday if you have an add-on on Sunday. Best of luck. Thank you so much, Randy.
Will do. Thanks, guys, and good luck to everybody else there.
All right, don't forget our friends at Relief Windows. Relief Windows, if your homeowners association requires wood windows like mine, well, you got to go to Relief Windows because you got to get those RLS wood windows by Geldwin. Unlike your average wood, which is treated on just the surface, it's treated straight to the core, offering unparalleled protection against rot, water saturation, and termites. These wood windows are built to last. So you've got them in all types of shapes and styles, and man, they last, they're functional, and they look good. So you get the best of both worlds. 288-8138 Relief Windows is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. I have the Geldwin windows by RLS. Again, in mine, and I'm more than pleased with them every step of the way. Relief Windows and reliefwindows.com.
Live at the original Walk-Ons here by campus, live at Lunch 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at Lunch.
By now, you know that we do our show every other Tuesday at the Crown Town Room at Doe's Eat Place. The Crown Town Room is ideal for larger groups, or if you just want to watch the game on one of our 3 large TVs. The tamales are the most popular appetizer, but don't forget the seared tuna with a sriracha glaze. For the perfect blend of sweet and spicy, you can't go wrong also with the flash fried oysters or the shrimp. The porterhouse is the perfect steak to share. Strip on one side, filet on the other, prepared at different temps if you like, bone in to maximize flavor. Doe's Eat Place on Government Street, just off Acadian in the heart of Mid-City.
This hour of Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny is brought to you by Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, 343-1111, and ocbrown.com. Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs, 925-8710. Supreme Rice, grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway, 928-8659. Total Maintenance, your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance. And Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt. The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Doe's Eat Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gate of LSU. Fin Bomb, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee. Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones advisor. Tex Morris on Jefferson. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Need more space? Workbox LLC has the storage solutions you can count on. Whether you're a homeowner, commercial contractor, or industrial business, we have the space for you. Our secure, versatile storage units are ready to meet your needs. Contractors, keep your site organized and efficient. Store your materials with us and access them anytime you need. Businesses, industries of any size, Workbox LLC is your trusted partner for flexible, safe storage. Workbox 343-4886 and workboxllc.com. 1950 Phil's Oyster Bar started on Government Street. Then Gus Piazza took over in the 70s, and now his son Anthony has taken it to another level at the current location in South Downs. It's always been a Baton Rouge landmark. Seafood, oysters, po' boys, burgers, and more, all served up in an atmosphere full of sports nostalgia and tons of TVs to catch all the games. Seafood gumbo, crawfish cheesecake, or my favorite, the meatball quesadilla to start. Check out dinner and bar specials at philsoysterbar.com. You know we bleed purple and gold at Phil's Oyster Bar in the South Downs Shopping Center. Running a business can be difficult enough without the right relationship with your bank. With United Community Bank's local business bankers, you're not just a number, you're a partner. Contact Heath Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, or David Henry to discuss how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 60 years. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's time. It's now Kawuchcci time. Dwayne Kawuchcci is back to give his best picks on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Oh, Kawuchcci, how you doing, my buddy?
What's going on, Mr. Jimmy Ott? How's everything in fabulous Baton Rouge today?
We're doing fabulous, Got a little cool breeze coming through town right now. I mean, it's football.
Vegas too.
Yeah, how about really?
Too. Yeah.
Do the Coyotes?
Nice. It's nice and cool.
Do the Coyotes like the breeze or not? Does it kind of shush them back in their spot or what? Huh?
It depends on how hungry they are. You know how that is. You know, it depends on appetite. tight.
No. When I would park at the Rampart, I'm not just roaming around that area, bro. I'm going to my room or the casino or the sports book. All right? I don't.
Hey, our property, let me tell you, Jimmy, we got beautiful rabbits, ducks, and geese. I'm not so sure we have any, monsters roaming around our property.
The first time I came to see you, I wasn't staying at the property, and I got dropped off by the cab driver or Uber, whatever the ride share I was using, and I'm like, "Are you sure this is like this J.W. Marriott on steroids?" And I was like, "This is the casino." I mean, it's really a nice property, man. It really is, and so
I appreciate
and
that.
I saw
yeah.
so many when I stayed there, so many golfers, man. For you golf enthusiasts, where they have the PGA event, is it the Las Vegas Open, Max?
Was it Shriners?
Shriners.
I don't know if it's
Yeah,
there
the
anymore.
Shriners.
Yes.
Yeah,
So that's-
and the TPC is right here, so yeah.
Yeah. Outside my window, I got a view of the course. You know where they play. So a lot of golfers come through there as well. All right, Spitgate. Yes, Dak spitting. Well, he says he spits all the time. Well, you can't spit near people, Dak. But anyway, he got spit back on. What's your thoughts on the whole? It's always a circus with the Cowboys, and they could have won.
Yeah, definitely. It is a three-ring circus. Later video came out showing that Dak may have, provoked that reaction. But, I got to say, Dak played one of his better games in the last 5 years, Jim. So, that was a true testament that the Cowboys can flip the switch and actually compete with one of the best teams in the NFL. Now, granted, they were playing without their best defensive player. But, CD hauls in a couple of those catches, and Dallas is 1-0, and all of a sudden Eagles are fighting, at an 0-1 position. But, it's the same old story with Dallas. When you need somebody in the clutch to step up, you just don't have the Michael Irvins, the Emmitt Smiths, or the Troy Aikmans, and that's going back 30 years now. We saw it with the Romo era. You're seeing it now with the Dak era. Whether it's T.O., whoever they have in those wide receiver and power offensive positions, they just seem to fail when everything is on the line. And it's just, it's becoming repetitious and disappointing. But we knew what the Cowboys were going to be this year, so I really was actually pleasantly surprised that they were able to be so competitive.
All right, the first full weekend of the NFL, though, looking back, what was the best result for the book, and what was the worst result for the book?
I'll tell you the truth, we didn't do well at all here at the Rampart and South Point, I'll be honest.
Okay.
I'm seeing all inflated numbers, how the MGM properties did so well. It was not a particular game. We went into that big Baltimore-Buffalo game as a four-way loser. So, you can imagine how many teases, parlays, and how many different, wagers. Plus, we had all those jackpot cards with a huge carry over into there. We had 35,000 plus booked out of the 25,000. So, granted, we had to pay that all out. One of the more favorable results was the Jets-Steeler game. I will put a positive spin there. Definitely Dallas was a pleasant surprise. But, a lot of these games, when you see it, Jimmy, the general public doesn't realize that you become four-way losers on the teasers. These games were so close that both sides and both totals were covering on all the teasers, whether it's 6, 7-point teasers. We were up against it, and that's what, a lot of close games bring to the table. Green Bay, Detroit, we got that both ways on that game. We made a little on that, but, it was a definite tough game. Like I said, the evening game on Sunday was difficult, and we made a little scratch on the Monday night game. So that was also a pleasant surprise. But it was a difficult weekend at the Rampart and South Point just because of the points I brought up, that when you have so many teasers covering, it's definitely difficult. And I post our sharp action tickets you can see on my Twitter account, and most of those were favorable outside of the Patriots. So, yeah, it was a tough weekend, but, we have, 17 more to go and all these college games. So I'm not whining. It was pleasant to see. The crowds were huge. We had amazing foot traffic. Our ticket count was incredible. And, it definitely was a testament that the NFL and college football are back. And the general public just loves that.
Well, it was a good one to get them excited because it was just so many. And I think the money line parlays is where, I mean, they had to cash some tickets this past weekend because, you know, the favorites just hung on. 49ers had to come up, but they won. The Bucks had to come back, but they won. The Bengals won some kind of way. That would have busted up a bunch of survivor picks in money line parlays. I mean, the only real upset was on Friday night with the Chargers beating the Chiefs. I would have to think that they had some money line.
And you had Chargers sharp money. You had Chargers sharp money there, believe it or not.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are counting on the Chiefs having a down season, Jimmy. So, you know, excellent points. You bring the games where we did okay, but you did have some late Charger backers. And, you know, it's going to be a difficult NFL season. You can obviously see, though, that Buffalo and Baltimore look, and then, in my opinion, the rest of the competition in the AFC. But there's still a lot of football to be played and a lot of injuries, you know, a lot of holdouts. There'll be, after a while, you know, guys will get fed up. There'll be something going on where, you know, faking injuries, what have you. You know, the NFL parody and storyline, that's what makes it so appealing to the general public.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Any significant action? Where are you? Let's start with college, and we've been monitoring. Charlie said there was went down to 2.5 earlier. This line in the summertime was Clemson 7.5 at Georgia Tech. Now they lost to LSU. They were down 16-0 to Troy before they rallied and won 27-16. And this line with 2.5, now 3 most places. Is that where you were? And did you get down to 2.5?
And it
earlier?
was juiced at 2.5 too, Jimmy, at 130. So I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, we are at 3 now currently in the market with that game. And, you know, the Dabu juice is starting to wear off like we were talking about a couple of weeks ago. So, you know, yeah, definitely. Georgia Tech, hey, let me tell you, they're a solid team. We were all over them in that opening game. You know, Clemson 1-1, Georgia Tech 2-0. I'm seeing, you know, 3s across the board here now in Las Vegas and around the country. So, you know, the action is currently coming in. Let me give you the guys the ticket count. I got it right here. The ticket count is about actually 2-1 on Clemson, but the money is 2-1 on Georgia Tech. You know, what that signifies is that the Sharps are taking Tech and the 3. This is going to be a game now that I don't believe will get under the key number again, but anything is possible. I think what you'll see is the general public basically teasing Clemson, and, you know, Georgia Tech will have the sharp money on it. But this is definitely a solid game. We'll see if Dabu could, you know, straighten this ship out and make a run at the playoffs. It's going to be very, very important now to win games like this, definitely.
Any other significant action in college before we get to the pro?
Well, you know, we're seeing a great slate this weekend, and I'll be honest with you. You know, I think Alabama is definitely overvalued at 21. It came down from 21.5. You know, now it's down to 21. We're seeing some flashes of Wisconsin money, but nothing really, really major. And, you know, we have that night game. BC is starting to take a little money against Stanford, rightfully so. That's one of the games that we really got plied on. We opened this game at 11. Now it's at 13.5, guys. So when you see a 2.5-point move, that's significant money, and you're leapfrogging key numbers of 13. So that definitely is one of the games that we got pounded. Naturally, Arizona State all of a sudden on the West Coast is a popular attraction. We opened this game at 14.5 against Texas State. Now Arizona State has been bet up to 16. So, you know, these are some of the games that are attracting some money. Let's take a look at your guys' game here, this LSU-Florida matchup. You know, definite LSU money right now, 7.5, bet up to 9. You know, let's see how good you guys are at Baton Rouge. This is definitely a focal game like we discussed a couple of weeks ago. Can LSU win these games? And I definitely think they can. So, you know, we're going to see how it plays out. But LSU, 7.5 currently. You know, that game opened at 9, like I said. So we're taking some money on the dog, but who knows? I mean, I think LSU is a solid team. I'm not sold on Florida yet. Ticket count actually favors LSU, 62, % on the ticket count. Another game where you're seeing the sharp straight bets on Florida, but the general public is on LSU. So, like I said, opened that game at 9 at the Rampart in South Point, down at 7.5. I may have said we were taking LSU money there first, but taking Florida money just to rectify that.
Pros versus Joes. Pros on the Gators. The Joes are on LSU. I'm not so sure about that. That's going to be, I think, Tiger Stadium.
Notre Dame A&M, great two-way action, guys, on Notre Dame and A&M as well. Ticket count is even there. We haven't moved off the 6.5 number. That's, going to be a definite battle dogfight. I think Notre Dame is pretty solidly coached there, and it's going to be interesting to see if they can continue on and play at a top level under Freeman, which I think they can.
All right. Give me your best one bet for the NFL and why. Your best bet.
This is a very, very difficult week. I'm not buying into the Saints, guys. You saw how the money has moved since Brock Purdy said he wasn't going to play, or the team said he wasn't going to play, basically. You've seen significant line movement, but I believe Mac Jones is definitely capable and can get the job done. So, not that it's the best bet of the week because I hate that they're banged up with Kittle as well. Several injuries, but I still think that the 49'ers are capable of winning. And the ticket count, believe it or not, guys, since we made the adjustment, is 5-1 in favor of the 49'ers. Yet we haven't moved off that 3 since the initial reaction. So I definitely think this is a good spot for the 49'ers, despite not playing with Brock Purdy. Steelers also, I'm looking at -3. Seahawks, they have to travel cross country. Difficult place to play. Aaron Rodgers looked very good last week. I think that Tomlin and Rodgers will hit it off. The ticket count here is significant. It's about 7-1 on the Steelers. I hate to give everybody a public game like that, but the Steelers, in my impression, do look like the right side. And here's the other one, guys. I mean, are the Giants really that bad? We know they're synonymous in losing opening week. They are horrible. They haven't scored a touchdown in about 5 years on opening week. Now Dallas 5.5, maybe an overreaction. Ticket count, guys, 12-1 in favor of the Cowboys. Money is about 15-1 on the Cowboys currently. We're getting plied with Dallas money. If Neighbors doesn't play, that's huge. They got to rectify that quarterback situation. I'm starting to think that Brian Dable is not liked at all in that locker room. Keep this in mind, guys. So the Giants may fall by the wayside, but I think they got one game left that they could compete, but they've lost, 17 in a row against my boys? Very difficult situation, but I would lean to taking the points. I could see this being a 3-4 point game.
All right, Max, share with Kawuchcci your opinion. So he likes San Francisco. You say that tell him who has a quarterback edge in the Saints-San Francisco game, in your opinion.
To me, it's Rattler a little bit. He's fresher. He's played more recently, but that's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm on an island there.
Max gives it, the old Jimmy the Greek and Brent Musburger board. Okay, Max quarterback. He gives a check to the Saints. Your thoughts, Kawuchcci?
I don't know. I can't back the Saints on David Certain.
Max!
Wasn't Matt Jones the quarterback for the New England Patriots?
Yes.
Briefly.
Yes. He's got considerably many more starts. How many did I give you, Charlie?
49.
49.
49-7.
49-7. So anyway, black and gold Super Bowl, baby. Spencer, we trust. Yes.
There will be no optimism at all about the Saints in Jimmy Ott's presence. Not an ounce. Zero. Not allowed.
I thought he played better than I expected.
Okay, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit of optimism. You're right.
All right, Kawuchcci, we're out of time, man. Always a pleasure. So Max may be sending you Twitter messages if Spencer Rattler lights it up like a pinball machine on Sunday afternoon. So we will see. Follow Dwayne on Twitter at NYBookieDwayne, at NYBookieDwayne, the Kawuchcci man. And if you're ever in Vegas, stop on the Rampart Sportsbook and tell him hello. We'll talk to you next week. Enjoy the weekend, Dwayne.
Thank you, guys, and go Tigers. Let's go. Let's see what they're all about. 7.5, boys.
There you go. All right, pros versus Joes in that one. Don't forget our friends at Legacy Title. Chad Reynolds, Legacy Title for all of your real estate closings. 296-0060, a full-service title company servicing all of South Louisiana. Ashley Donald, Mariana Haynes, Adrian Galata, Michael Platt, Natalie and Bradford Smith, our great team over at Legacy Title. buying, building, refinancing. Nobody chooses but you. Choose Chad Reynolds at Legacy Title, 296-0060.
Live at the original Walk-Ons live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors. When it comes to retirement, no two situations are alike, so Coastal Capital Advisors will tailor a plan for your family's needs no matter your age or your financial situation. The bottom line is Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you and build a lifetime relationship. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Age Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC. Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
Do you know what you would do if you were in a car wreck? It's easy to panic when you or someone you care about is hurt in an accident. Who will pay the medical bills? Who will pay the car repair? Who will deal with the insurance companies for you? Protect your rights. You need someone you can trust. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 343-1111. The law offices of O.C. Brown will handle everything for you. 343-1111 or online at ocbrown.com. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime. When it comes to celebrating life, there's no better place than Ruffino's. With locations in Baton Rouge and Lafayette, Ruffino's is a steak, seafood, and Italian-inspired restaurant that focuses on the celebration of life, regardless of the occasion. Whether it's the food they serve or the service they provide, their goal is to ensure a remarkable experience for their guests that is always remembered. To view our menu, visit ruffinosrestaurant.com. Ruffino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
Now, everybody's been to Louis Cafe by campus. Heck, it's been around since over 80 years now. We're still doing delicious omelets like the Mitchell, cheesy grits, Big Cheesy Lou, and those Louis Original Cajun hash browns. We now offer a pickup window. Just call in your order at 346-8221. Give us 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll have it ready for you. Our hours are now 6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., 7 days a week. So next time you visit campus, make it a point to stop by and visit an old friend. Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of LSU.
This is Charles Hanniger for Total Maintenance. For AC and heating, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Total Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies. Since 1980, their slogan has been service today, every day, so no one ever has to go to sleep hot. An authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, for Generac and Cummins generators as well. And now, for all of your electrical and plumbing needs, in Baton Rouge, call 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day. Total Maintenance.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net.
Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at 1045 ESPN and on Instagram at ESPN 1045. For a look behind the scenes, highlights from our shows, the chance to participate in exclusive contests, and more with 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Click through the static and listen to 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge in high definition. Simply tune to 98.1 and select HD2. Lunch with Ott and Hanny from the original Walk-Ons on Burbank on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
A couple of quarterback things from the last segment I wanted to follow up on. First of all, with Georgia Tech and Haynes King, Brent Key yesterday said, looks good, feels good, we'll make a determination this weekend. So he stopped just short of naming him the starter. He was in uniform last week. He warmed up, stayed in full uniform throughout the game, but didn't play against Gardner-Webb. Of course, they didn't need him. Last time Haynes King played against Clemson, he threw 4 interceptions, something to keep your eye on a game that we're going to be watching real closely this weekend. And the other thing is Dak Prescott, 33-9 against NFC East division opponents. That winning percentage is better against division opponents than any other starting quarterback in the league right now, except Patrick Mahomes. So Dak Prescott, if you're looking at Dallas and the Giants, he has been very, very good inside the division.
How many division titles are in that run?
Ooh.
I mean, we know Kansas City's won 10 in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, Dallas has won.
Nobody's won it two years in a row.
Okay, I got that. But
give me a second. I'll give you the stat.
2?
Probably. That's yeah.
The year they lost to Green Bay at home his rookie season.
2016.
And then maybe
he has won 4 division titles if you count it. 2016, 2018, 2021, and 2023. 4 division
titles. Are we too rough on the Cowboys?
Well, the team or the owner, you know.
No, we know the owner creates makes it a steeper hill to climb, you know. But
well, they're like Baltimore.
4 division titles.
Baltimore light, right? Good regular season records, but collapses in the playoffs. Not quite as good a record as Baltimore, but some good regular season records where they've lost in the playoffs. Jordan Love crushed them.
Baltimore's have way better teams than Dallas.
That's what I said. But they have collapsed into. I said Baltimore light. Jordan, how big were they a favorite were they when Green Bay torched them?
I think, but Dak operates from the pocket a lot more. So Jackson, it's kind of a problem when you get to the playoffs, but Dak just gets cold.
Hour number 2 straight ahead, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Go Automotive has a great selection of new cars. Chevy, GMC, Hummer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. You rather a pre-owned vehicle? Using our resources will help find you any vehicle that you're looking for. Our service department offers VIP service. You never have to come to the dealership. We'll pick up the vehicle at your home or office, drop off a loaner, service the vehicle, and return it when it's done. Mention my name, Jimmy Ott, for VIP pricing. The Chevy Tahoe I drive came from Go Automotive. That's Go Automotive in La Place and Plaquemine. The Grand Bayou Casino, conveniently located off I-10 at exit 139 in Gross-Ted, offers the latest video poker machines 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Got a great staff at the Grand Bayou Casino. Our inviting staff will greet you with complimentary coffee and sodas as you enjoy listening to the curated tunes in our comfortable seating. Make the trip to Grand Bayou Casino, where players are welcome. The Grand Bayou Casino, I-10 at the Gross-Ted exit. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-877-770-STOP. The Grand Bayou Casino.
Congratulations are in order for one of my favorite places to eat, Snow Seafood and Steaks, celebrating its 50th anniversary. That's right, since 1971, Snow's has been serving a wide assortment of menu items to please everyone. Steaks, seafood, gumbo, homemade soup, salads, specialty cocktails, great wine selection, and oh yes, the best white chocolate bread pudding that you'll find anywhere. It's the total dining experience. Happy 50th anniversary to my friends at Snow's Seafood and Steak, Airline Highway at Highway 74 in Gonzales. By now you know that we do our show every other Tuesday at the Crown Town Room at Dozy Place. The Crown Town Room is ideal for larger groups, or if you just want to watch the game on one of our 3 large TVs. The tamales are the most popular appetizer, but don't forget the seared tuna with a sriracha glaze for the perfect blend of sweet and spicy. You can't go wrong also with the flash fried oysters or the shrimp. The porterhouse is the perfect steak to share. Strip on one side, filet on the other, prepared at different temps if you like, bone in to maximize flavor. Dozy Place on Government Street, just off Acadian in the heart of Mid-City.
We're here to examine things that get better with age, like this bottle of Chateau Lafite Rothschild, vintage 1877. Age can make things more valuable, like this Picasso from his Blue Period, 1904. And treasured, like this Roto-Rooter jingle, 1954.
Roto-Rooter jingle?
Just listen to it.
Oh, Roto-Rooter, that's the name.
And away go troubles down the drain.
Roto-Rooter.
A timeless melody.
Roto-Rooter?
The lithe arrangement.
But it's a clog-busting company.
Wrong there. Roto-Rooter has grown into more than a clog-busting company. They're North America's largest full-service plumber and drain cleaner. And when you need Roto-Rooter, remembering this jingle can be priceless.
Roto-Rooter.
For all of your plumbing and drainage solutions, call Roto-Rooter in Baton Rouge at 925-8710. That's 925-8710.
From Louisiana farms to your tables, Supreme Rice has the perfect scoop from long and medium grain to aromatic jasmine and brown. And Supreme's new low glycemic and parboiled rice. Every grain is Supreme. Pick up your favorite variety today and make every meal Supreme.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly play and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured,
I just got off the phone with him.
Okay.
Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
ALS is a progressive and neurodegenerative disease, and we need your help to find a cure. The mission of the ALS Association, Louisiana, Mississippi chapter, is to discover treatments and a cure for ALS, and to serve, advocate for, and empower people affected by ALS to live their lives to the fullest. Whether you are newly diagnosed, a military veteran, a caregiver, or someone looking to learn more about how to navigate living with ALS, they can help. Visit als.org to learn more. That's als.org.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from the original Walk-Ons on Burbank on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
The original Walk-Ons getting ready for Florida, of course. We got the stage already set up here in the parking lot. The DJ pregame, spinning some tunes, and also Captain Morgan, the Captain Morgan ship pregame and doing some promotions. And after the game, post-game concert with the band US, So before, during, and after, make your spots. Meet your friends. Make it a meeting place. All the games on TV of our 30-something different screens that we have. Great service as usual, and great food as well. And within walking distance of Tiger Stadium, the original Walk-Ons here on Burbank. Sunday, Football Sunday, is back. We were back the first week, this past week, and it was a great show as usual. A lot of our contributors doing a great job. And we also post all the pics on our website, louisianasports.net. When we make our maiden voyage down to New Orleans and at Caesars New Orleans, you've heard us talk about that we're going to be broadcasting live from Caesars New Orleans on the 2nd and 4th Sundays of the month. And to join us right now by Caesars New Orleans Senior Vice President and General Manager Samir Mouad. Samir, thank you, man. We are really excited about our partnership, which starts this Sunday.
No, we're pumped to have y'all. We can't wait to host y'all. The sports book will be jamming this weekend. We're obviously hosting with the Saints hosting the 49'ers. The city's going to be active. 49'ers always travel well, and I would say Saints fans were pretty hopeful. I know I'm one of them. Pretty hopeful by what we saw last week, and I won't be upset if Purdy can't play, Kittle's out. This should be win number one for the Houdat Nation.
Yeah, we will see. Well, is there a bigger Houdat fan than my man, the host of Spread Quarters, the Little Bread Beans and Rice man? That's right, my boy Holden Mayo is going to be joining us on the broadcast about 10:30 or so down at the sports book.
I heard that, and I look forward to that. I definitely follow him, and I'm a Monday Red Beans guy, so I generally like to take his advice and head to the spots he likes. And the sports book will be activated all morning. People will be coming out, getting their bets in before the games, and then for anyone who's interested, you can go to Caesars.com and find Caesars New Orleans and navigate your way to the sports book page and reserve a seat in the sports book to watch games this weekend. In addition to the Saints, we have every game on every Sunday, so we're excited to have y'all be a part of that.
No doubt. Look, and I've been there before. 147-foot video wall, big screen. I mean, and they are just they're all over the place. So you got every game on. As part of the 5,700 square foot full service sports book, 4 tellers and 12 kiosks. So you won't be in line long if there is a line at any point. And so we're excited to be a part of the sports book. But this is part of the $435 million renovation, Samir, that you guys just went on, and the place looks great.
Yeah, we're actually coming up on about a year when we first started putting people in the new hotel tower, so it's crazy to think it's gone that fast. We got a part of it open prior to Taylor Swift last year, and then had the whole thing ready to roll by Super Bowl. And that hotel, along with the original Harrah's Hotel, and then all of our renovation, I mean, really, the property is just continuing to grow. And we have folks that still come in every week, and they said, we had no idea, we haven't been in here since you did these renovations. And you know, our plan when we decided to convert Harrah's to Caesars was to bring a real slice of that Las Vegas experience and what you think of when you walk in the one and only Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. And you know, by all accounts, based on what our guests tell us, we've hit the mark, and the sports book's a huge part of that, right? I would argue, you mentioned the screen, I would argue we have as good a sports book, as good a place to watch games as any sports book outside of Las Vegas. And so we're just excited to have you all be a part of it as we've been you know, getting the whole thing activated over the course of the last year.
Oh, I would say through my research, Samir, and I've known my way around a sports book, it's the biggest outside of Nevada. So, yeah, it is.
We're trying.
Yeah.
We're trying.
And you know what's cool? I was down there for Rohan Davies' wedding, and he got married across the street at the Windsor Court. And and I met some people from Michigan. I met some people from California, and they were like, well, no, we're Caesars Rewards people. And I said, well, why don't we try New Orleans instead of, you know, something different, instead of Vegas? So you're getting some of those, you know, those groups, and, you know, that the 8 or 10 or 12 that will go to, they're coming to Caesars in New Orleans now. And, you know, so we know about the city and what it has to offer as far as, you know, the restaurants, but on property too. I mean, not just the Nobu Tower, but I mean, I've been to the one in the Mayfair district in London. I've been to the one in Atlantis in the Bahamas. I mean, you got a Nobu in New Orleans. I'm in.
No, and Nobu's been a home run as well. All of these partners are exactly like I said, trying to bring that slice of Vegas, and it has introduced a whole new crowd, not only from our network, but even from just outside of our business, in terms of, like, you know, Nobu's a standalone brand, separate from Caesars and the casinos, and so their network as well engages with us, stays with us, dines with us, and it's been great. And so really, we would, as we think about that $400+ million that you mentioned, it's really hitting the mark for us, and we're just excited to be a part of what's going on here downtown, even our little corner of the world with Four Seasons and us and the Windsor Court. This is a pretty good area. Canal Place is right across the street, and so while Bourbon Street will always do its thing, especially with the younger folks, you know, we're the adult playground on this corner over here.
Give me a little bit of a hidden secret, maybe that people don't realize. Maybe it's the restaurants, maybe it's the food courts. Emerald has, you know, a formal dining, you know, formal restaurant, and also kind of a boutique, quick service counter thing. You park at the parking. All you got to do is, you know, if you play for 30 minutes or more, they'll validate your park. Give us some of the secrets or some of the things that you're trying to get out to the public who may, you know, a lot of Saints fans going down for the game and want to come by and see us, or make it a weekend of it.
No, absolutely. Look, it is. I will say, it's a myth that it's difficult to get in and out of here because we do have, you know, we have valet at both hotel towers. We have our 2 parking garages, not just one, and you do get to park free if you play for 30 minutes. I would tell you, the one thing that I don't think everybody is aware of, just because obviously Chef Emerald, super high profile, Nobu you mentioned, but, you know, we have a partnership. We have Bobby Flay's Burgers. We have Buddy Velastro's Pizza Cake. But the one that I feel continues to fly under the radar is our partnership with Chef Nina Compton. And she has Nina's Creole Cottage here. And I would tell you that if you're looking for that real New Orleans food, you know, you mentioned the red beans and rice guy, and I mean, hold the mayo and his red beans and rice reviews, and I can't wait to give him some of Nina's red beans, because from the red beans to the gumbo to the cornbread to The wings, the food in that place is fantastic, and the best part is I don't think everybody realizes if you're sitting in the sports book, you can scan a QR code and order that food straight to your table, and it'll get delivered from over at from over at the food hall, and so that's kind of something that flies under the radar that I think everybody should check out.
So again, the 2nd and 4th. So this Sunday being the 14th. That is the 2nd Sunday of the month. The 2nd and 4th Sundays of every month, September through January. Football Sunday originates live. Myself, Charles Hannegriff, Rohan Davey, and then all of our contributors over the phone as well. So we're looking forward to it. Now, I'm going to do a site deal tomorrow, but they say for people to, it's where WWL usually sets up, is where you guys are going to place us?
Yep, exactly. Where and it's the area where we generally do any of the, especially any of the radio appearances, and you're going to have a prime time seat for everything, and yeah, we're excited for Sunday. I'll see you Sunday. I know you're going to be down here Saturday. I won't see you because I'm gonna go check out the LSU Florida game, and looking for 2 wins out of our teams, 3 if you count Tulane this week.
Well, and I talked to some people also. So you're getting some Florida fans who are staying in New Orleans on the way to Baton Rouge. Duke and Tulane are drawing a decent crowd. They're getting some crowd, and of course the Saints, San Francisco with the Saints. So a lot of people coming through the city this weekend.
No, this is as good a weekend in terms of home football. The only break we didn't catch is I wanted Tulane to be 11 a.m. so we could do a triple header this weekend. It didn't work out. Tulane, they're good enough. They're on prime time as well, just like us. So they're playing at night.
The return of the quarterback and
no doubt.
Darian Mensah coming back and I heard that Mr. Yeoman is in town celebrating his 80th birthday as well. A little bit of everything on this show. Samir, what do you think about the Tigers? I know you're coming up here to Tiger Stadium on Saturday night. What you think so far?
Look, I'm excited. Obviously, big win at Clemson, and last week I think you expect a little bit of a letdown. We need to be clicking. I'm not thrilled that Florida lost this past weekend because I would say Billy Napier, Coach Napier, is in a pretty tough spot, and if he doesn't win, things are going to get away from him quickly, and so they're going to come out desperate. But I think we're the real deal. And if we want to prove that these are exactly the games that you have to win, we all know that Florida got us last year. And as they come to Baton Rouge, if the Tigers and Brian Kelly are going to reach the heights they hope to, you just got to get a win this weekend.
Football Sunday this Sunday right here on 104.5 ESPN, 10 a.m. to noon, live. Our first show from Caesars in New Orleans, the 2nd and 4th Sundays of the month, from September through January. Samir, we appreciate, looking forward to our partnership. And thank you so much for giving us a shot
I'll
down
see y'all
there.
Sunday.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Samir.
I'll see y'all Sunday.
All right, that's Samir Moed, the Senior Vice President, General Manager of Caesars New Orleans. Charlie?
Looking forward to going down there. Can't wait. Actually, it's been a minute since I've been down to Crescent City, so looking forward to getting down there. San Francisco was a division opponent for so long that there's a lot of people that would always make that trip down from Frisco.
I talked to my hotel contacts, and I was actually working in the hotel industry at that time when Rice and Montana, and they were on a regular rotation, and they always tip the best as well. But they, but not as much as used to be. Not as much as they used to be, with San Francisco not being in that heyday.
Yeah, for 15 years they hated either Montana or Young.
The first team that they said, when they talk about people coming down there, filling up the hotels, visiting teams for the Saints, who would you guess?
Oh, God. A lifetime?
No, right now.
Right now? Oh, gosh.
And I don't know if they play but the first team my contacted.
My first thing is to say the Dallas Cowboys, but I don't. I'm trying to remember the last time they were in the Dome.
Well, you're right. You're in the right area code. Their traditional rival. When you growing up.
Okay. When I was growing up, it's always been the Falcons.
No, Dallas's rival.
Oh,
they're fighting for the trophy all the time.
Dallas fought Washington and the Giants.
Pittsburgh Steelers,
Oh,
Charlie.
Pittsburgh.
Okay, all right, that's good.
No,
that worked out really well.
Yeah. Dallas and Pittsburgh in those great Super Bowls. Yeah. I was thinking about more about
you were either or. You were not both a fan of both of those teams.
Right. You
I
were
understand
Staubach or Bradshaw. Yeah, I got it. You were Landry or Knoll. You were Doomsday or Steel Curtain.
I mean, the pretty finesse team versus the team that all the offensive linemen when it's 0 degrees that don't have any sleeves on underneath.
I still think Super Bowl 13 had the most Hall of Famers in it of any Super Bowl.
There's one in Miami, Jackie Smith drop.
Yeah.
35-31.
Yeah, something like 13 Hall of Famers plus both coaches in that game.
Yeah.
That was great. I've been down there. Pittsburgh was down there for Halloween one year. I was down there. No, they travel well. They travel well.
They're unbelievable. Did you see the Jets game? Did you see any of the crowd shots?
A little bit. I was watching with you.
I watched the replay so I could listen to sound. And Rodgers is getting a lot of credit, and he did play well. But they stopped him twice with the game on the line. They couldn't get a first down to kind of run out the clock. And then when they stopped the Jets, then they couldn't get close enough for the game-winning field goal. They only got to the 43. I mean, the kicker, Boswell, hit a 60-yarder. And did he drill it?
He was one. It was like a golfer. Let's go with the. He knew he had it.
It was with 8-10 yards to spare and really close to the middle. And eruption, a crowd eruption. I would say they had 40% of the stands.
Jimmy, they had the sound on at one point at the Queen. I had to look up to make sure the Jets were at home. I was like, wait, really? Okay,
man, they're unbelievable.
Well, when the steel industry kind of dissipated a little bit in Pittsburgh in the 70s and they were great, a lot of those people that worked there moved somewhere else. That's why there's Steeler bars got established all over the country. Pretty much you can find Steeler fans anywhere.
It was something to see and hear. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big, with locations from Baton Rouge to Goldie Meadow, including their newest location right down Burbank. Here from Walk-Ons at Burbank and Bluebonnet. Our great team over at United Community Bank: Prentice Wilkes, Heath Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, and David Henry. Oh, if you want to stop on by and get some ideas on how to maximize your business with your banks, stop on by and see our great team of bankers and see how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Live at the original Walk-Ons, live at Lunch 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at Lunch.
The Grand Bayou Casino, conveniently located off I-10 at exit 139 in Gross Ted, offers the latest video poker machines 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Got a great staff at the Grand Bayou Casino. Our inviting staff will greet you with complimentary coffee and sodas as you enjoy listening to the curated tunes in our comfortable seating. Make the trip to Grand Bayou Casino, where players welcome. The Grand Bayou Casino, I-10 at the Gross Ted exit. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-877-770-STOP. The Grand Bayou Casino.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference, all in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones advisor. Tex Morris on Jefferson. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors, your full-service financial planners. When it comes to retirement, there are no two situations alike. So Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you, your business partners, your legal team, and tax professionals to make sure those goals are achieved. Coastal Capital Advisors will work for you. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his great staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Edge Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
At Town Square Pizza, we take pride in serving Baton Rouge with fresh, delicious, piping hot, personalized pizza with unmatched speed. Whether you're a downtown worker, a family looking for convenience and value, or an out-of-towner staying at one of the nearby hotels, Town Square Pizza is the spot for you. Try a specialty pizza like the Spanish Town Supreme or custom build your own. Family packs, kids' meals, and salads are available as well. It's hip to be square at Town Square Pizza, downtown facing. What else? Town Square.
Go Automotive has a great selection of new cars. Chevy, GMC, Hummer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. You rather a pre-owned vehicle? Using our resources, we'll help find you any vehicle that you're looking for. Our service department offers VIP service. You never have to come to the dealership. We'll pick up the vehicle at your home or office, drop off a loaner, service the vehicle, and return it when it's done. Mention my name, Jimmy Ott, for VIP pricing. The Chevy Tahoe I drive came from Go Automotive. That's Go Automotive in LaPlace and Plaquemine.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net.
ALS is a progressive and neurodegenerative disease, and we need your help to find a cure. The mission of the ALS Association, Louisiana, Mississippi chapter, is to discover treatments and a cure for ALS, and to serve, advocate for, and empower people affected by ALS to live their lives to the fullest. Whether you are newly diagnosed, a military veteran, a caregiver, or someone looking to learn more about how to navigate living with ALS, they can help. Visit als.org to learn more. That's als.org.
104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from the original Walk-Ons on Burbank on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
And we return here at the original Walk-Ons. We're also brought to you by the Morris Insurance Group. If you are a camp owner, duck camp, fishing camp, and you're looking for some insurance, maybe some of these difficult to insure properties, some coastal properties and things like that, you acquire or you want flood insurance, let the Morris Insurance Group help you out. And while you're at the camp, let them help you out with insurance with your big boy toys, all your boats and all your trailers, all your RVs, all of those things, your motorcycles, your boats, all those things that you need insurance on might be a little bit difficult to get. Get a quote from the Morris Insurance Group, morris-ig.com. Also, your auto, your homeowners, your commercial insurance available from the Morris Insurance Group. Talk to my man Buzzy Hydell. 201-0007, 201-0007 here in Baton Rouge. You know, Jimmy, we complained a little bit when they took Thursday Night Football off of broadcast television and put it on the streaming services, but it's improved the quality of the matchups.
No doubt. No doubt.
With what we got here. And so tonight, Washington and Green Bay
good game
from Lambeau. Yeah, real good game. They're buzzing about the Packers. They're buzzing about Micah Parsons, and of course Washington had a real good week one win as well. Say that 3 times.
You know, the Ravens might be the best team, even though they lost. I think they were the favorite. The Eagles, of course, but man, this is Washington's time. I mean, when you don't have to pay your quarterback, and so you're supporting cast. And I know people are dinging up the Giants right now, but I was impressed with the supporting cast for the Commanders.
And I
thought they looked good.
They made moves like a contender would. They brought in Deebo Samuel. They brought in Laramie Tunsil. It took them a minute, but they paid. They kept Bobby Wagner. They kept Zach Ertz, some veterans that they re-signed. It took them a minute, but they signed Terry McLaurin. And then they've got some real faith in this rookie out of Arizona and Krosky Merritt to kind of carry their running game. He had a good week 1 performance. And I'm wondering if Green Bay, look, it looks like they dominated the game against Detroit. Looks on the scoreboard. But Detroit in the red zone, man, they had 3 drives that they got inside the 15-yard line and came away with 6 points. They had to settle for 2 field goals, and they threw an interception down inside the 15. It could have been closer. They actually had more first downs in Green Bay.
Which close they ever got to. I know, but there's a lot of Green Bay led by double digits immediately and led throughout.
It was
so
closest they got was 17-6.
I had a middle, trying to middle Detroit. I bet Green Bay in the game, and I was trying to, and I never threatened. I never felt threatened by Detroit.
No, I never thought Detroit was going to win the game
I thought some
either.
of those were garbage yards, underneath stuff. Goff looked really uncomfortable, and I'm just wondering if, I don't know if, the young coach is going to be the fixer for Caleb Williams. I don't know if anybody can fix Caleb Williams. I thought he was average, maybe a little bit below, certainly finished below average on Monday night. But I don't know if, if how much Goff and his offense is going to miss, their play caller too. So, I mean, Campbell's not behind that.
Their play caller in their center, I think. But
yeah, that too. Yeah.
I disagree that it's garbage yards, though, because they had a 16-play field goal drive in the second quarter, a 13-play drive in the second quarter that resulted in an interception. They were still in the game at that point. Now, I agree with you. I never thought they would challenge. They challenged them. It was 10-3 with the field goal drive, and, and after that, they scored a touchdown. It was 17-3, and they go down and about midway through the second quarter, and they throw an interception in the red zone. If they score there, maybe they can get back in the ball game. They did. My point is, if
Green
Washington
Bay sat on the lead too.
Okay, but if Detroit can get down there, then Washington can get down there. If they can get scores in the red zone where Detroit couldn't, I like them tonight in this game. I like Washington with the 3.5 tonight. In this game.
Randy McKay does. I think it's. I think it should be a pick'em game. Are you going to give it to the home team 3.5? But no, I like Washington as well. I think my point is, if you're going to take a shot, look at least double digit. Why not Washington to win it all? I mean, a shot. I mean, they had the Daniels is for real. I mean, he's only going to get a little bit better. He might not have the exact same numbers. He's not surprising anybody. Are they going to have the same fourth down percentage? No. Are they going to win as many close games? Probably not, the one-score games. But he should be a little bit more refined in year two as a second-year full starter. Yeah. So I think Washington's got a real shot. And I did not like what I saw out of Philadelphia's defense in a win on Thursday night.
Against Dallas.
I thought those were more legitimate yards, though. But I thought, I can't give any love to Detroit in what it coulda, shoulda Detroit, because they had plenty of chances to make it closer. Green Bay was just sitting on it, and they just weren't good enough.
If I was Detroit, I'd get on the phone with Miami and see if I could pry Tyreek Hill loose for a draft choice. I really would. I mean, this is their window. Dolphins probably be willing to trade him. I'd see if I could get him up there to juice that offense a little, but we'll see. Thursday night game in college, NC State and Wake Forest. Any thoughts about
Wake
that
Forest, 0-7 their last 7 as a home dog.
That's not good.
NC State won a shootout against Virginia. They were fortunate. I mean, nobody played any defense in that game. And they also, Virginia got it inside the 20. It was first down, and the quarterback who had a great game, I think it was Morris, throws a first down interception. And that's how the game ends with Virginia going down. NC State could not stop them at all in this game. So I'm worried about laying any type of points. I do like the young quarterback. He's a dual threat, and I like the receivers too. But these 2 decent wins against Virginia and East Carolina. Wake Forest, I'm wondering about them. It's kind of a stay-away spot. Maybe Wake Forest and the home points.
Yeah, and it's easier to stay away. We used to really lean on these college games. It seems like the college matchups have gotten worse and the pro matchups have gotten better from 5 years ago.
Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, I don't think it seems. It is. I tell you, it's 2 games, but I like these NC State receivers. This young quarterback kind of just throws it up, kind of lives, 50-50, and these receivers are going to get the ball. Against East Carolina and against Virginia. Not exactly murderer's row defensively, but still, I like how they go and attack the ball, and with some crowded catches.
NC State was 7.5 is what we're saying?
Yes.
7.5 and 52.5 is the total. Hey, listen, if you're looking for tailgating stuff this weekend at LSU, Thibodeau store and the Pierre Part store, you want to get a jump on your shopping, you can get online, thethibodeaustore.com, and same-day pickup is available, so you can do that as late as tomorrow. But if you're looking for grills, you're looking for griddles, you're looking for all of your outdoor cooking supplies, all of your tailgating supplies, you can get them at the Pierre Part store is on Highway 70 in Pierre Part. part in the Thibodeau store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau.
It's last minute, man. You got that was a little warm up last week, and now we got an SEC game. The Gators are coming into town for prime time. ESPN, the big Uno, and so get down to the Pierre Part store, the Thibodeau store for your last minute tailgating, your on-site cooking needs. They have everything that you could possibly look for, and even more. You're going to find some things that they have available that you never thought of that really make it fun and functional for your on-site cooking.
Go online at thethibodeaustore.com. Take a break. When we return, Matt Humans joins us for his weekly picks. We're here at the original Walk-Ons, Burbank and Nicholson, live at Lunch 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at Lunch. Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net.
If you're near the north side of campus, I need to remind you about a couple of longtime favorites. Highland Coffee is the original specialty coffee shop in Baton Rouge since the 1980s. My personal favorite. Love getting my cappuccino from their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Roasted right in the shop. Louis Cafe for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. The Mitchell Omelet, Cajun Hash Browns, Big Cheesy Lou, all served up in that famous open kitchen atmosphere. In Tigertown since 1941. A couple of great spots. Highland Coffees and Louis Cafe just outside the north gates of LSU.
This is Charles Hanniger for Total Maintenance. For AC and heating, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Total Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies. Since 1980, their slogan has been service today, every day, so no one ever has to go to sleep hot. An authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, for Generac and Cummins generators as well. And now, for all of your electrical and plumbing needs, in Baton Rouge, call 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day. Total Maintenance.
Get Moss Max and less text during happy hour at Modesto. Join us Tuesday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. for $10 20-ounce margaritas and Dip Trio with $5 drink specials and $6 seasonal cocktails. Eat Modesto, 3930 Burbank Drive.
Pizza that's true to its hand-tossed wood-fried tradition. Roca Pizzeria is heating up its new half-off happy hour, Monday through Fridays, 3 to 6 p.m. Come enjoy 50% off margarita, pepperoni, more cheese, craft cocktails, wine by the glass, and draft beer. Roca Pizzeria, 3897 Government.
We're here to examine things that get better with age, like this bottle of Chateau Lafite Rothschild, vintage 1877. Age can make things more valuable, like this Picasso from his blue period, 1904. And treasured, like this Roto-Rooter jingle, 1954.
Roto-Rooter jingle?
Just listen to it.
Oh, Roto-Rooter, that's the name.
And the wind go troubles down the drain.
Roto-Rooter.
The timeless melody.
Roto-Rooter?
The lithe arrangement.
But it's a clog-busting company.
Wrong there. Roto-Rooter has grown into more than a clog-busting company. They're North America's largest full-service plumber and drain cleaner. And when you need Roto-Rooter, remembering this jingle can be priceless.
Roto-Rooter.
For all of your plumbing and drainage solutions, call Roto-Rooter in Baton Rouge at 925-8710. That's 925-8710. Congratulations are in order for one of my favorite places to eat, Snow Seafood and Steaks, celebrating its 50th anniversary. That's right, since 1971, Snow's has been serving a wide assortment of menu items to please everyone. Steaks, seafood, gumbo, homemade soup, salads, specialty cocktails, great wine selection, and oh yes, the best white chocolate bread pudding that you'll find anywhere. It's the total dining experience. Happy 50th anniversary to my friends at Snow's Seafood and Steak, Airline Highway at Highway 74 in Gonzales.
There's more than one way to listen to ESPN Baton Rouge on the radio at 104.5 and 104.9 and 98.1 HD2. Online at 104.5ESPN.com and with the free ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford.
All college football, all year long. The Chuck Oliver Show, weeknights at 6 on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge. Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny from the original Walk-Ons on Burbank on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All right, let's go out to Las Vegas, hit it up with VSiN's Matt Humans. Matt, how you doing, buddy?
I want to know what Ott and Hanny are having for lunch today. What's on the menu?
I sampled off with a little cup of crawfish etouffee, and then I'm probably going to do probably just a burger or maybe a little grilled chicken avocado sandwich.
Pretty big fan of the Zydeco salad over here.
Zydeco salad is a lot of greens with some fried shrimp tossed with a little Asian sauce. Yeah, so a little 80s type of influence in Hanny salad. And Max gets the what do you get? The fish with the crawfish etouffee on top of it?
Oh, the catfish
Acadiana.
Orleans, I think it's now called.
There you go.
That's the name.
Right up your alley, Matt. When you getting down here to Baton Rouge, South Louisiana, buddy?
Yeah, tell you what, that sounds pretty good. Hanny is eating off the healthy menu today. He's having salad, huh?
Well, it's fried shrimp. It's not. It sort of makes me
Okay.
feel better, but it's fried shrimp with some pretty good sauce.
It's
So.
mental maintenance
Yeah.
as much as physical. So there you go. Matt, were you on let's talk about some of these NFL games first, and that is, man, there was some blown leads, obviously, the two primetime games, but some other tough ones like Seattle against San Francisco, Atlanta against did you live bet, did you middle, did you hedge at any point, kind of seeing these things unfolding?
Well, I did make a live bet on the Bills when they were down big against the Ravens, but it didn't make me feel that much better when the game was over because I had the Ravens on every contest card, and Ravens were one of my bigger bets of the week. So didn't quite get it all back there, and that was very disappointing. For the Ravens to have the ball and a 15-point lead with over 8 minutes to go and to lose that game is absolutely ridiculous. But, you know, at that point, you don't think you're going to blow the big lead. You don't want to bet too much live. Because the Ravens should have handled the business. They didn't do it. Let's see, I had the Browns, which is good. The Browns should have won the game. They outgained the Bengals by about 185 yards.
Yeah.
And found a way to lose like the Browns typically do. Steelers money line was lucky, not laying the 2.5. And they win by 2, and they were lucky as hell to win that game. But you mentioned two games I was on the wrong side of, too. I had the Falcons, and I had the Seahawks. So it was kind of a roller coaster ride there in week 1 after winning with the Cowboys on Thursday night. It was not – I thought the football was highly entertaining, not the results I won.
Yeah, 97% highest ever Survivor first week, and we talked to Dwayne Kawuchcci over at the Rampart, and you know those Survivor numbers usually correlate with those money line parlays with the general public, and they got bruised up a little bit because so many. I mean, Bengals have no business winning that one. You know, the only real upset was Friday night. Well, you know, a lot of people weren't including them on their one. Give me your best bet in the NFL before we get to the college stuff and why.
I'll give you 2 that I bet, and I don't know if you can still get to 7, but I took the Jets plus 7. That number actually opened 7.5 or a little bit higher. I wanted to bet against the Bills off that miracle win on Sunday night. And I thought the Jets actually looked pretty good against the Steelers. You never want to overreact to one game, but still it's an offense with Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson who look like they're going to be big-time playmakers, and a Jets defense that allowed 2.7 yards per carry. The Steelers couldn't get much going on the ground. I like the Jets there. I'm going to have to play them at plus 6.5 in all the contest cards, but I bet plus 7, and I like that play. Also, Monday night, I'm going to go with the Raiders, plus 3.5. A couple of home dogs here. Raiders against the Chargers. A couple of good situational spots for those dogs, too. The Bills off that big win, and the Chargers off a big win in Brazil. I thought the Raiders looked pretty solid in their opener at Pittsburgh. Ashton Genty did not do a lot of damage on the ground. But on both sides of the ball, Raiders looked much improved from a year ago. And I think they'll give the Chargers all they can handle on Monday night here in Vegas.
And Gino was slinging it the other night. I think he had the highest per attempt average in the league in that game. And that was what Brock Bowers got a little bit banged up in that game.
Is he playing? Is he playing Monday night, Matt?
He's I'm going to say he's questionable at this point. He's the type of player, if there's any way he's able to play, he's going to be out there. So I'm expecting him to go Monday night because he's got a little extra time to get ready for that game. But even if he doesn't play, they got Michael Mayer at tight end too, and I think they'd be okay. Obviously, prefer to have Bowers out there, but it looks 50-50 right now.
Bowers, you got to realize too, he came into Georgia before they started winning it all. They were kind of just flirting with it. You know, the drive into the SEC championship game at the 5-yard line against Alabama, or they would have destroyed Brian Kelly and that weak Notre Dame team that Bama destroyed. But you remember that Charlie, the two tight ends ahead of him, one transferred back from LSU, but the other one, those two guys were way as highly recruited as Bowers was out of the Bay Area. Those guys were thought to be way higher. I talked to a former Georgia player and Georgia, booster, when they got the kid from LSU to transfer back to Georgia, and they were just tickled pink like that was going to be their. No, Bowers were like, look at the freshman. No, this
Eric Gilbert.
Yeah, Eric Gilbert.
Eric Gilbert. Yeah.
So no, Bowers. We respect the hell out of his game around here. There ain't no doubt. So, and it looks like the Colts might have a young tight end. They certainly they targeted him a lot, you know.
Yep. Well, Tyler Warren was the guy I had the Bears taking in the mock draft, tight end from Penn State. The Bears, for some reason, passed on him and took Colston Loveland, tight end from Michigan, who's a good player, but I thought it was pretty clear that Tyler Warren was the more versatile tight end, the better tight end. But the Bears made a lot of draft mistakes. And, hey, the new Bears coach Ben Johnson, not quite a genius at in-game strategy on Monday night either.
Yeah, but
it amazed me, Jimmy, that you can sit at home and you know exactly what the right move is in that situation. You kick that ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
And nobody can touch it. There's going to be 2:02 left on the clock, and the Vikings get the ball to 40. You try to kick it out of the end zone, you risk the kicker not getting it out. The Vikings return it, and they burn that clock under 2 minutes. It's a simple strategical decision that Ben Johnson blew on Monday night. You can't do that in the NFL when there's so small margin for error.
And everybody sees it, too. We've got it. I was listening to the Manning cast at the time. They're all Randy Moss is on there. They're all over this. Obviously, O'Connell knew what was going on because he's telling his guys come out of the end zone. Yep. Everybody got it except Ben Johnson. I don't get it.
In Santos, we know him from Tulane. He's not a super strong leg. I mean, he kicked it further than I thought he could. So I mean, I just when you can't decline it, it's automatic penalty, automatic stoppage of the clock. You got to do it. There's no doubt. But I hope if the Raiders are up at half and they blow it at the end, they don't boo their first-year coach. Huh? Raiders fans going to boo their coach if they lose at the end? Huh, man?
I don't think so. Did the Bears boo their coach Monday night?
Oh yes.
They booed everybody on that sideline.
They booed the coach, the players, the owner. They booed them. It was unreal. Oh no, they booed the hell out of them. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'd heard something about that, but I didn't hear it. I didn't know if it's exaggerated or what. But look, I covered the Bears for 5 years in the late '90s and never made the playoffs. Bears fans are disgruntled. They get a lot to be unhappy about. I don't know. Maybe they were booing Caleb Williams for his poor second, third, and fourth quarters on Monday night. But that was it's ridiculous for Ben Johnson to make that decision. I just it's hard to explain how a head coach in the NFL cannot be smart enough to make that move. It's just baffling to me.
No doubt.
They booed him so loud the White Sox thought it was for them.
No, it's Scott Van Pelt. Yeah, Charlie. Scott Van Pelt. They were complaining about the noise at Portillo's, huh, Charlie?
Yeah.
So there's too much noise. But the Scott Van Pelt, when he interviews Aikman and Buck after, I mean, he had to ask him, they had to ask, is it going to be different? Like the fans don't think so. So it was highly noticeable. Let's get to college, Matt. Give me your best bets. Let's go through them. Who you got?
Well, I don't have a big card this week.
Okay.
And I did take the Florida Gators plus 9.5 a couple of days ago. It looked like that number was not getting to 10, and Circa dropped to 8.5. So I said I'm going to take it here. I don't watch LSU's first two games. Very impressed with the defense. I think that's, like Jimmy said before the Clemson game, much improved defense. Offense has not blown me away so far. 20 points per game offensively. Garrett Nussmeier's got two TD passes in 2 games, and the running attack's been subpar. I'm not surprised that the Tigers were asleep at the wheel last week off that big win at Clemson, but still, I think Florida up a really bad loss might be a decent play here. 9.5 That's a lot of points.
7.5. You still like them?
Yeah, I would still play it at 7.5,
Okay.
but not at 7. You get it 7.5 or 8. I think it's still got to be a play. Also, I played Cal plus 2.5 against Minnesota Sunday night in Berkeley or Saturday night in Berkeley, and this Cal quarterback is pretty good. If you get a chance, watch him. He's a 4 or 5-star freshman out of Hawaii named Duran Kiabe Sangabatelli, and he's 6'3", 225. Completed 69% of his passes so far, 3 touchdowns against Oregon State. I also question, I like this Cal coaching staff quite a bit, by the way. Justin Wilcox, his offensive coordinator is Brian Harsin, former head coach at Boise State, and Nick Rolovich is also on that staff. That's a pretty good Cal staff. How good is Minnesota? We don't know. Drake Lindsey, new quarterback's completed 61% so far against Buffalo and Northwestern State. And Darius Taylor, their stud running back, has got a hamstring injury and might not play. I think Cal Bears should be pretty good dogs to bet on Saturday night in Berkeley. And I took 2 big dogs on the card. The number has dropped on Temple. You still get Temple plus 22 out there. That's a sandwich spot for Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Sooners obviously off I was on Oklahoma last week. I don't play a lot of favorites, but they came through for me against Michigan. And now they got Auburn on deck next week. Take this trip to Philadelphia to play a Temple team that's averaging about 50 points a game. I know it's against weak competition, but when you're betting a big dog, at least you got some offensive firepower. You can bet on there with the Owls. And I also took Purdue plus 21 against USC. And I don't know how good this Barry Odom team is. I would say probably not that good, but he has improved the defense dramatically, and the quarterback can play. And that's a big number for USC to be laying coming east after USC's played a couple of cupcakes and rolled up, 132 total points so far. A lot of times we've seen it already. The former Pac-12 teams in the Big Ten who are coming east have had a lot of trouble, and that's a big number for USC to cover against Barry Odom. So that's what I've got so far. I don't have a play in the Georgia-Tennessee game right now. Jimmy, you came on our show a couple days ago, made a convincing case for Tennessee. I have not bet that game yet.
Yeah, I like Tennessee. Even without the 2 cornerbacks are out, I'm skeptical about Stockton in Georgia. And keep in mind an angle that we love, and whether it is, it was Austin Simmons, for Ole Miss last week. I mean, it was Carr for Notre Dame. It was Arch Manning at Ohio State. A young quarterback, at first true road start. This is Stockton's first start. In a hostile environment, not in a playoff game in a neutral site, but that has been an angle. Let me ask you about Barry Odom at Purdue. He has been very vocal, like unusually. Nobody has any expectation level for him. It's a tough situation to take it over, but he was talking like, we're going to be better than people think. We're going to be better than people think. I'm paraphrasing, but is Purdue, can they be a little bit better than people thought? Maybe win 3, 4, 5 games this year?
Well, I hope so. I bet Purdue over 2.5 wins at DraftKings. It was over 2.5 minus 160, but 2.5 was sitting out there all summer. I thought that was a ridiculously low number when you look at some of the bad Big Ten teams on Purdue's schedule. A lot to be able to win 3 or 4, at least 4. But you're right. Odom's been talking big. He's like, this is not a rebuild. We plan to win now. We're going to win now. And I don't know if he's trying to speak it into existence,
right,
or if he really believes it. But I appreciate his confidence. When you got a young team like that, you're trying to get them to believe that we're really good and we can win. I think that's what he's trying to do. So we'll see. This is kind of a measuring stick game. They'll see if Purdue can hang with USC, let's say within 14 points, 17 points, that could be a positive sign.
Yeah, any trips across the time zone last year were tough for the 3 M's, Michigan, Minnesota, and Maryland. USC lost all of them. And Matt, how many trips to Hawaii are required before you can properly pronounce Sagapula-Telly?
I practiced. I liked him so much.
Charlie, you practiced?
Jaron, Kiwi, Sagapula-Telly. Jaron.
No, I don't think the L is the L silent, Matt?
I went to the broadcast of it. I practiced.
Matt?
Yeah, that's Hanny's pretty close. I practiced it too.
This is what we do in our spare time, right?
Oh, okay. And the next thing you're going to tell me you're going to eat a salad today. Like Hanny, huh?
Charlie, who's...
No, I'm not going to tell you that. No salad.
Who's the UCLA quarterback?
The second name is Kiabe.
Nico.
and there's an N in there that you can't see. It's Sangapatelli. So it's actually, we did practice that pronunciation on the show a couple nights ago. Stormy Bonantoni V. Sin's going to be on the sideline Saturday night in Berkeley, so she's had the correct pronunciation of his name, and we practiced it.
It must be hell, Matt. You're a writer. I mean, you just have to be able to spell it, right? But now you got to be able to say it too.
Imagine if you're on deadline, you got to write the game story, and you got to keep writing that name, just copy and paste, I guess.
JKS.
Or if you're the radio play-by-play guy, and you got to continue to pronounce that, it's not easy.
JSAG.
I'll tell you quickly. I know we got to wrap it up. I was thinking about playing Duke this week. That number opened 3.5, and that number's gone. I thought about playing A&M, getting 7 at Notre Dame. That number's gone. I don't really like the college card a whole lot. There's a few really good games on the schedule, but it's not a great betting card for me.
Jump on Pitt, laying the points against a down West Virginia team. Yeah, that score the game was worse than the score indicated at Ohio. Rich Rod's got an empty cupboard this year, and the second-year full starter out of the Baton Rouge area, Eli Holstein. He's lighting it up pretty good. So yes, when we go back to the again, the Oregon transfer at quarterback today for the Bears, JSAG, 1st and 10. There you go, it's JSAG. Matty, you're the best, man. Thank you, buddy. We'll talk to you next week. Good luck.
All right, you bet. Thanks, guys.
All right, we'll wrap it up after this. Here from the original Walk-Ons. We get a concert after. We got DJ before for the Florida game on Saturday. It's going to be festive for the game. Live at lunch, live at the original Walk-Ons, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Caesars Sportsbook is the only sportsbook app with Caesars Rewards. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using By
the way, if you want, Jimmy, if you do like Purdue, the only 21 available is at Bet Rivers.
All right, Jordan, whenever you're ready.
All right, it's rolling.
This is Charles Hannigrove. Join us for the Friday. No, that's not wrong. This is Charles Hannigrove. Lock of the Week Friday, presented by Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments. Rolls from Ruffino's at 10 a.m. Richard Dixon and I started off. We'll have all our picks coming from Las Vegas live at lunch. 10 a.m. Friday, Ruffino's on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Let me do that again.
Okay,
Let me do
hold on.
Let me do that again.
Let me delete it. All right, it's rolling.
This is Charles Hannigrove. Lock of the Week Friday, presented by Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments. Rolls from Ruffino's at 10 a.m. Friday morning. Richard Dixon and I started off talking LSU, Florida, and then we get all our picks set up for the college football weekend. Live at lunch from Ruffino's, 10 a.m. Friday on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Much better.
Yes, much better, much better.
928-8659. Total Maintenance. Your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance. And Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt. The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Fin Bomb, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
You've heard me talk about Workbox Services and how they can handle all of your movable storage needs for both commercial and residential. With our shipping containers of all sizes, customized in any way that you need or desire. Now Martin Padial has expanded his coverage outside the Baton Rouge area. Workbox can now service the Gulf Coast and New Orleans areas all the way to Lake Charles. Our staff at Workbox continues to grow with Hannah, Martin Jr., Brandy, and Chris. Do like I did when I needed a movable storage unit. Call Workbox at 343-4886 or workboxllc.com. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road since 1988. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games in a casual atmosphere with the friendliest service. We're now bowling crabs at Sammy's every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday starting at 5 p.m. and on Friday, Saturday, Sunday starting at noon. Sammy serves a wide mix of authentic Louisiana food prepared to order with the best ingredients available. Fresh Louisiana seafood, Cajun favorites, burgers, and po' boys, all built from scratch. Our kids' menu and popular appetizers are sure to please the pickiest of eaters. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road near Starring since 1988.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
Or you can just say,
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from the original Walk-Ons on Burbank on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Back here at the original Walk-Ons, man. Come on by here for the game this weekend. Looking forward to LSU and Florida before, during, and after the game here at Walk-Ons.
Oh, it's gonna be fun, man. We got a busy week. We start tomorrow at 10 a.m. You know, with you guys, and I love how you know, you and Richard have been able to see the all 22 angles and do the film study. So to get the, you know, the coaches always say it. I want to see the film. I want to see the film. I want to see the, you know. So I think that's really good to start off with. And Richard his content is really, really insightful, and it's good. It's the stuff I enjoy listening to. And then we got our host of Lock of the Week Friday, presented by Tex Morris and Edward Jones, all of our contributors, and then Saturday, Charlie, we're gonna lock it down. I'm going to see the Car Cougars against American Heritage in the Dome. Look for that Ott helmet decal honoring my dad.
I like that. And watch Richard Anderson, the LSU commitment, hearing good things about him.
I'll be watching him. I'll catch the Rummel and U-High game before that little Superdome doubleheader. And then football Sunday at our new home on the second and fourth Sundays of the month. That's at Caesars in New Orleans. So football, baby.
Kevin Gosman on the mound for the Jays here in about an hour against the Astros.
Big one.
From all of us here at Walk-Ons. Jordan back in the studio. I'm Charles Hanniger saying thank you and good afternoon. Stay tuned for Hunt Palmer on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Hey, Jordan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just remind you at 10 a.m.
Live at
you can load up. I still want to run